Hey there guys, Farmman Official here, and welcome to this Age of Empires 4 build order for the French civilization. This is actually a water map build order, and the reason why we're playing the French is because I think they're going to be incredibly strong on water. They get the Hulk unit in Feudal Age, whereas the other civilizations that can build the Hulk can only get it in Castle Age. For me, that makes the French incredibly strong on water maps. The idea of this build order is to get you Hulk production from docks, to get you map control, to get you water control, to pigeonhole your opponent on their little island, to make sure that you've got free access to all the free fish on the map. As usual with my build orders, we start off with 8 villagers on food, 1 villager having already built a house. What we will do then is once you've got 8 villagers on food, the next 3 villagers will go to gold. Now with this build order, you want to make sure you use your scout to get all your sheep around the island, because we will start off with sheep. We will transition off to shorefish a little later in the build. Bear in mind also guys that on some water maps you'll have shorefish right next to your TC. If you've got that, take the shorefish. It's a lot faster for the gathering rate of food. But in this build, we're going to use sheep, just so that I can show you guys how to get the build order when you don't have that perfect shoreline fish right next to your TC. Now there's a lot going on in this build, so if you would like to see the PDF version of it, do check out the description of the YouTube video and it will give you some instructions on how you can do that. But in any case, I do have the build order on the right there on the screen. I have spent several hours refining this build order, so I'm really happy to finally publish it out to you guys. Now that you have 3 villagers on gold, you will want to send the next 4 villagers to wood. Now once you've built the lumber camp, it's important to think about the next step. You'll want to research forestry. And you can research forestry, of course, once the lumber camp is built. Your reference point will really be that once the second villager has come out to go to wood and started chopping the tree, that's usually when your lumber camp has been built. Research forestry as soon as that lumber camp is built. So we need 1 more villager to wood. Now just bear in mind, in this build order we will also research additional sails. This is an incredibly strong technology. The problem with the Hulk is that it is actually quite slow, so this additional sails tech, which increases the movement speed of all ships by 15%, will be really useful for your military and your navy in general. Once you have 4 villagers to wood, the next villager from the TC will go towards the shoreline to build a house and a dock. This will also be the time that you will take 2 villagers from gold to build your landmark. Those 2 villagers, shift click them back to gold, because once they've done building the landmark that you've chosen, they'll need to go back to gold. The next 3 villagers will then go to gold. Once your villager has built the house and then goes towards building the dock, you might have to force drop your lumberjacks to the lumber camp in order to be able to afford the dock. Just be aware of that. Alright, things looking smooth right now. Now, once you've got the 3 villagers to go to gold, you'll send the next 3 villagers to wood. This is also the time that you'll start to redistribute your villagers that are underneath the TC. You'll send 3 villagers from underneath the TC to go to the shorefish, 4 villagers underneath the TC to go to wood, and 1 villager from underneath the TC to go to gold. Once the dock has been built, you need to train a fishing ship. Here we are, the fishing ship has come out. The number that you want to have on wood at this point will be 11. That will be the total lumberjacks you have after you've had 3 villagers go out to wood. Now that we have 11 villagers on wood, we want to send the next 3 villagers to gold. The next steps are, once you've hit Feudal Age, you'll want to select the dock and research additional sails, which increases the movement speed of all ships by 15%, which is really useful for your Hulk ships because they're actually notoriously slow compared to other ships that your opponents might be getting. So there we are, we've reached the Feudal Age, we're researching additional sails, and we need just one more villager to go to gold to make 10 in total. Now that we've got 10 villagers on gold, the next step is to take the next villager from the TC to build 3 houses and then build a new lumber camp to refresh the wood line. So it's at this point you'll be able to start to queue up Hulk ships in the dock and maintain constant production once the additional sales research has been done. And now that we've reached the end point for this build order, it's important to talk about strategy. I'd recommend 2 possible follow-up strategies. The first one is, you'll now want to build a second dock to build a transport ship, followed by fishing ships to boost your food economy, and maintain constant production of the Hulk ships from the other dock. I would take villagers and some knights trained in the School of Cavalry in that transport ship and land on your opponent's island, because at this point, hopefully you should have full water control. Using the villagers, build production buildings, in particular a stable and an archery range, and guard that coastal assault with your Hulk ships. I quite like the army composition of knights and archers, because often your opponent will go for spears to counteract your knights, and well, you'll have your archers. You'll want to add a blacksmith at home, get siege engineers, and start to build some rams to go for a really strong push inland. The second strategy would be again to have a second dock, but rather than going for a transport ship and landing, you can build fishing ships to bolster your economy and look to go to the Castle Age. With both strategies, I'd really highly stress the importance of maintaining water control. I really do feel that would be the key to winning on this map. So if you find your opponent double downing on navy, I would even go for double dock production of Hulk to make sure you secure the waters and surround your opponent's island. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this build order tutorial, and if you did, be sure to give the video a like, it really helps the channel. But if you'd like to see more content like this coming over in the next couple of months, do hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. If you'd like to see the full playlist of Age of Empires 4 build orders that I have on the channel, click the right end card screen now. Or perhaps if you're particularly interested in a French Night Rush build order, click the left end card screen now. Either way guys, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day and see you next time.